Women whose ovaries have shut down have started releasing eggs again, which could allow them to have children into their 60s. Now, this sort of makes me think, really, just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
I mean, they say this is one of the sort of the holy grails of reproductive medicine. But as you rightly said, it doesn't necessarily make it right. And I do think that, OK, the medical profession are very excited about this, probably. But morally and ethically, I know that, you know, Mick Jagger's having a baby and Ronnie Wood's just had twins, and we don't kind of pay much attention to it. But I think a woman over a certain age having or being able to
Could you see me pregnant?
Yeah, no.
And don't you think about it.
Yeah, don't you? I think there comes a point where morally you have to say, how old can a woman be to still be having babies? And I mean, I got to 50. Before 50, I was sort of thinking, had my last child at 42, and I was still thinking, oh, I might be able to sneak one more in. But I got to 50 and I thought, no, thanks. No, not up to it.
How old were you? How many children have you got? 3?
3.
And how old were you when you had your last one?
46.
And you were 22 when you had the first baby?
Yeah, so I've had them with 10 years
in between.
Space. Because you as an actress, you have to work.
Of course.
Yeah. And I've never, I know this sounds really bad, I've never breastfed.
That doesn't sound bad. That's just your choice.
Yeah, well, but you know, it's such a
I know
big
if
thing.
you can't, you can't. It doesn't mean you're a bad
No,
person.
I was working, and you're gonna go in a dressing room and breast popping out and sucking like a little pig, and
you didn't want to. So you had your last child in your mid to late 40s.
Yeah.
If you could have done, would you have wanted to have a child in your 50s?
No. No. I had the children I wanted to have.
Yeah.
I wanted very much to have my last child as well, because you know, I married Jim, who was 17 years younger than me, and we wanted to have a family. But it's not like we met and married and I got pregnant. I just wanted to have a time with him. So it took 4 years before I got pregnant.
No, 46 is
pushing
impressive.
It is pushing it. But the thing is, I think, you know, I don't think anybody should have a baby after 46. But I have to say, because I've always said one of my regrets in life is I didn't have more children. I've only got one, and mainly because I didn't give Keely any siblings, and I've always felt guilty about that. But I always thought when I was 50 again, but you see, in a bad marriage, so who was I doing it for? For me, a wrong marriage and everything. But when I was 50, if somebody had come to me today to say that, I would have seriously thought about it.
And where would you have got the sperm from?
Well, that's the corner shop.
But Andrea, you're 46.
I'm
and
46,
you're in a new relationship.
Oh, good grief, no.
No. But I'm going through the menopause. I started the menopause when I was 42. I became perimenopausal. But I'm actually really happy with it. Obviously, it's sort of under control now because, you know, I'm on HRT, so it's calmed everything down. So in terms of the symptoms of it, the sweats and all that sort of thing, that's calmed right down. And that, to me, was what stuck out with this new research that they've done.
Yeah.
Is, you know, we're focusing on the having children bit about the menopause, but if there was something that actually releases the symptoms of it, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Because the pain and
true.
suffering that the menopause causes women anywhere from their early 40s and upwards.
42,
that's
I
got to be a
started
good
mine,
thing.
and it was horrendous.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
They just don't think past. I mean, it's fantastic medical advances, etc., and they're all getting very excited about it, but let's think past when that child's 15
But you know, those,
years
think
old.
of the baby,
Those doctors, I bet you are all men.
Thinking, wouldn't it be great if?
Yeah, we're going to work this out. A woman would never.
No, she'd go to, for
a woman
goodness
knows
sake.
better.
To be fair, if men went through the menopause, they'd have discovered this years ago.
For more Loose Women action, click here. And I'd subscribe if I were you. It's totally free, and it means you'll be kept up to date with new videos and exclusive YouTube content.